did a 5-hour write-a-thon. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, isn't that what full-time authors do every single day? The answer is, I don't know. So 5 hours was a lot for me. At the end of each hour, I'm gonna give an update on my word count, and spoiler alert, I'm exceedingly slow. The book I'm writing now is about a young woman who has an accident and she wakes up with strangers around her. She doesn't know where she is, and it turns out she's in this like village, like society of some kind, where people live as if they're like in a fantasy world or like a fairy tale. So there's no magic technically, but people kind of listen to their intuition and their senses. So it's a little bit of that. But the message of the book so far, what I have planned, is to sort of follow your gut and follow your intuition and act on your instincts, you know? Like, I think what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's important for your soul and for your mind and for your heart to actually follow those things, even if they may not be logically the best choice. We don't crave things and experiences, we crave emotions. Like, the theory is that you aren't craving that experience specifically, but you're craving the emotions. I'm gonna write for 5 hours. I hope it can serve as some sort of like motivation for you guys if you need to buckle down and finish writing. I just want to get some like progress done on this book. Well, first I had like an hour of prep basically, where I was just organizing my ideas and figuring out what scenes I wanted to write and like what order they were going to be in. So I think that was pretty necessary. But then I only started counting the hours after that. If you squint and tilt your head and you try really, really hard, it looks like my cat is typing with human hands. One of the methods you can use for naming places in a fantasy world is basing it off of Latin words. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm sort of like figuring out what Latin word I want to base it off of. And I settled on vocare because it means like to call. And this is all about like what calls you, what your instincts are, like what is like a siren song to you, and acting on that. And I actually made a TikTok about it, so check out my TikTok. I give some writing tips and like motivation, inspiration, stuff like that. I'm trying this new method of writing where I just don't plan as much, which for me is really, really hard because I like to prepare, I like to have a plan, but I realized it was giving me writer's block actually, and a lot of people say it's the opposite for them, that it's supposed to help with writer's block. So now I'm just kind of like writing what I feel like, because I ended up writing like filler scenes, which is no fun. No one wants to read that, no one wants to write that. So yeah, I like this method so much more, and it's kind of random, and it's really fun, and I'm getting it done, and it feels like each scene is meaningful now. I didn't write a lot this time, and then another time I was distracted. The other times were pretty good, but let's get cracking on another hour. So just for context, it is now 10 p.m. Exactly, and I'm about to start hour number 5. Okay. Okay, if I want to write 1,000 words in an hour, which feels like it shouldn't be that impossible, and yet I'm such a slow writer, so I don't know what's possible for me. But I really like to think about the words on the page like before I put them down, which I know you're not supposed to do for your first draft. You're just supposed to write and do whatever it takes. But I can't help it. I've always been this way, where I overthink things. So I want to write 1,000 words in an hour, math time, and there's 60 minutes. Then I need to write I'm using a calculator for this one. done. Okay, I need to write like 17 words a minute. I'm going to try. It's 10:10, so it's been 10 minutes, and I've only written 41 words when I should be at 170. So I'm gonna try and get to 170 real fast and then write 17 words a minute from there. Okay, hopefully this calculation will help. I did it! I reached 7,000 words! So I actually did it. I finished and I hit 7,000 words in total. I'm so proud of myself, even though I was super slow. I think something I learned through this process is no matter how fast you want to write, sometimes it's just easier to accept the speed that you are going to write at naturally, because you know, like, otherwise you're not gonna really enjoy the writing process, and that at the end of the day is actually what makes you write faster, ironically. So that's something I learned. Also think I wrote faster in the very last hour because it had to do with the romance. I can't help it, I'm romantic, so that was really fun to write. It wasn't even like them kissing or anything, it was just like the tension. Yeah, so the first hour I was like pretty slow. I was like warming up, you know. Then after that I was like, I see you, like she can write a little bit, just a little bit. I was hoping for 1,000 words in an hour, but not the kind of girl. Yeah, and then after I kept getting interrupted like a lot, and so that kind of explains why I wrote really little. It was less like me getting distracted and more like other people distracting me, because it's important in life to blame things on other people. So there you have it. I'm officially 7,000 words into my new book. I'm really excited about it. I don't know, after I finished writing the 5 hours and like got a little bit into it, I reached like 7,000 words. I was like, it's physically paining me. Like, I really enjoyed writing it, but it's physically paining me how bad the first draft is. Like, I want to go to editing. I want to fix this. I want to put in notes because this is unbearable. It's so bad. And I just want to fix it so bad. But I'm forcing myself to finish my first draft before I start editing because that's what everyone tells you to do. Thanks for joining me for my very first video, this write-a-thon. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check out my TikTok. I also have Instagram and Pinterest, and I also have a website. And on the website, you scroll down and you can sign up for my mailing list. I send monthly newsletters that give writing tips in detail and updates on my current works in progress, and that's also included on my website. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Bye.